Soapstone. Please give a round of confetti for your hostess, Lolly D.
Hey everybody, good morning. Good morning. How we all doing out there? Yay. It's so good to see so many wonderful faces today. Happy Wednesday. You know, this is going to be a fun show this morning. We got something exciting happening this morning right off the bat. I don't usually get to be part of these things because they happen at night, but you know, we put people through a lot here to be on our team. It used to be super easy when there was 5 of us. That's how I snuck in, but as time went on, you know, it became a bigger place, the Soapstone, and we've got these wonderful team members, and they go through a lot of training and give a lot of time and dedication. So when one of them gets knighted in and gets their official title of a CSP or a CSM, we like to share it with everybody. So I'm going to invite up our own unemployed alcoholic right now.
Yes.
Yeah, and maybe Tim,
Yes,
do you think we should get rid of this maybe for a minute and let this happen? Let me get out of the way.
All right. Oh, trivia. Oh, there's a
Yes.
mic. All right. Hey, thanks, Lolly.
Hi,
It's
unemployed.
a pleasure to be here with the Good Morning Soapstone. I love what you do with this show. And look at this crowd. You guys are awesome. It's incredible to see you. Hey, Travis. Good to see you. Nice chicken hat. I love it. Love
Can I
it.
take a photo?
Yep, we'll take a photo after as soon as we're done with
that's
this.
so
But
cool.
I want to invite 2 people up on the stage. One, Bart, who is our international lead and communications lead.
Hello.
He is going to help translate because we have an international team here at the Soapstone, and our friend Hajdaso. Come on up.
Zapraszam, Hajdaso.
Yeah.
Tak.
Hey,
Hello and welcome. So glad you're part of the Soapstone.
Bardzo się cieszymy, że jesteś częścią Soapstone.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah, for sure. I am excited to bring you on the team. Did you enjoy the process of
Bardzo
becoming
się
a
cieszę, że
CSP?
dołączyłeś do naszej drużyny. Podobał ci się trening, żeby zostać CSP?
Yeah, I meet a lot of very good, great guys there who tell me how to produce, how to moderate. So I really like spend time here with all these people.
Oh, that means a lot.
To wiele dla mnie znaczy.
Yeah, I love hearing about people connecting with each other here in the Soapstone.
Lubię, jak ludzie się ze sobą łączą i wymieniają opinie.
So with that, I would like to
A więc
congratulate you
gratuluję ci,
on becoming a
bo
certified
zostałeś
Soapstone
certyfikowanym
producer.
producentem.
Yeah, give it up for Hajdaso, everybody.
Brawo dla
Thank you,
Hajdaso.
thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. Yes.
All right, now get to work.
A teraz do roboty.
Okay.
Congratulations, Hajdaso. And you know, we appreciate you here as part of the daytime team quite a bit, helping us out. So thank you for everything you do. And Aaron, thanks for popping in today. We love seeing you, Aaron. I know Aaron's about ready to. Before you go, Aaron, pop back up for a minute.
Yeah.
Tell everybody where you're headed tomorrow.
Yeah, so I got a busy day today with a bunch of stuff going on, and then tomorrow my wife and I are gonna leave to head on over to London for about a week,
That's nice.
and then we're going to Paris for a couple days, and then we're going out to Amsterdam.
oui, oui.
What was that, Sturm?
Oui, oui.
Oui, oui.
Don't forget your mustache.
Yeah, le verb. I should have come to Les Soapstone a lot more often. Maybe picked up on some French there. But.
A little bit of French, yeah, exactly. Well, you have a wonderful time. We'll be keeping the place safe for you and waiting for you to come back to hear all about it. Maybe you can come on Good Morning Soapstone and share some of the stories.
You know what? I'd love to.
We'd love that.
Let's
Yeah,
set it
let's
up.
do
That'd
it.
be great.
Let's
All
do
right.
it. Have a
Thanks
great
again,
trip.
Molly, and thanks to all of you. Really thrilled to have you as part of the Soapstone.
Yeah, thank you. All right. Okay. I should let you know that we do have a couple little troll people that are after me this week. I get that every once in a while. So if we do get a couple interruptions, my moderators are on it. So don't worry about it. Just ignore it and we'll take care of it right away. Um, Second of all, I have a wonderful guest co host this week that one of my favorites because he is part of our lead team. He is a builder in here. He is a very integral part of the Soapstone, and he has his own show in his own right, too. So please welcome to the stage my co-host for today, Ace the Bass. Hey, Ace. Good. How you doing?
Hey, everybody.
Good to see you.
Doing good.
Yeah, I love having you on here because I can always pick your brain a little bit about little things going on. Try to sneak some of the Soapstone secret. I don't get it. He doesn't, but we can try, right? So Ace, you know anything? Maybe you can share about anything. Anything?
Sure. Are you looking for Soapstone related specific?
Any secrets?
So, for those that don't know, we have a whole new building coming soon. We've got just a few weeks until that happens. So lots of cool things. I've seen it, and it is by far what I believe, even though I know I'm biased, is the most spectacular world that's in Horizon to date.
Yeah.
Me too. I'm right there with you. I've seen it too. It's great. It's gonna knock their socks off. I'm excited too.
Yeah, and then another little thing, I hope this is information that's out, but not information that I'm only privy to. But I think some people already have it and can go to them. But there's some more worlds that are going to be opening up soon for mobile. So for those of you that like playing on mobile, you'll get some more opportunities there.
That's fabulous. That's great. And have you heard anything about? I'm terrible at knowing what the updates do. I just show up and go, "Hey, your face looks different." But do you know anything new about updates that we've had lately in the last week or so?
Well, no. I mean, so the only thing that I can really, I think I really can talk about is the fact that we've got some mobile stuff going on. So
Okay. Anybody else know with the latest updates anything that changed? I'm just stuff happens. We get new glitches. Old ones go away.
there's
I don't know.
definitely
The
some
new
new
one.
glitches that are.
Yeah, there's a new one with being stuck when you enter the world. That's interesting, Hey, but all you got to do is go back to your home and come back, and it fixes. So it's not a big deal. Not a big deal, but it is kind of weird when you get stuck.
We get new glitches more than we get new. Good
I know.
things.
But isn't it funny? They always have this funny effect. Go ahead, Stern. What were you going to say?
No, I was saying, as for that glitch, I wasn't able to go home because the raycaster wouldn't go on the thing, so I had to.
So what is technically happening there is you're getting an invisible menu that's popping up in front of you, and that's what's preventing you from doing anything and preventing you from moving.
Oh,
It
interesting.
wasn't a camera
Okay.
glitch, but that got fixed.
Yeah,
That got
I couldn't travel either. I had to just quit Horizon and then restart it. And the second time I started, I was able to move.
Oh, crazy.
That is so that if you can't hear the new update for the headset itself, not just Horizon, allows you to play in a laid down
Horizontal?
mode.
Oh,
so
hey,
you can
now.
lay down and look
You
like
know,
you're standing.
It's not like I didn't already gain 15 pounds sitting. Now I can lay down. Now I can just lay
That's
there.
right.
Now I don't even have to have the
Yes.
energy to twist in my chair and just be like, "Ugh." Okay. That's a great feature. Anyway, no, but I can see for some people that have some disabilities and stuff, that could be a great feature. And then, of course, our own Dawn, who has to lay down because the only sleep she gets is while she's working at the Soapstone at night. That's her rest. That's it. So poor Dawn, she's always trying to lay down. So there's that. Anyway, good stuff. Fun. I was looking. I always like to look through the news for stuff. And what's really weird is everything that I looked at today was pet related. I don't know what's happening, but it's just pet related stuff. I walked in one of the worlds this morning, and these people were having this full on conversation about coyotes. I live in the West, and so coyotes are a thing, like really, and they come, every 3 or 4 years, they kind of migrate. And so, what used to be a couple coyotes is now 4 or 5 coyotes running down the street. And what used to be like an occasional dog or cat is now they literally know where to go. They're like, backyard, snackies are back there. And so all the dogs and cats are all disappearing. It's awful. But worse than that, they're starting to nip little toddlers' ankles because they're getting real brazen. So here's what I want to say about all that. If you live in a place where there's coyotes, I've done so much research. Here's what you need to know. You need to be bigger than the coyote. You need to, because I'll tell you my story. I used to walk by this coyote every day, and it would sit up on the hill, and I would, look at it, and it would maybe stand up and look back at me, right? But what I learned was
film
what
that
you
next
got to
time?
do is you have to go like, "Rah!" And then you got to throw a rock at it. And when you do that, then it really freaks out. And that was the only thing that made it go away. Because for day after day, I would have this standoff, and he would just look at me like, whatever, what are you gonna do? But when I threw the rock, that was scary. So then it disappeared. Didn't see it after that. So that being said, air horns, rocks, pots and pans, yelling will make them be afraid of humans. So we need to make them afraid. We don't need to kill them necessarily, but we need to let them know, hey, you're in my neighborhood now. Get out of here. That was that. Also, you guys have probably had this happen or know somebody where your pet gets lost and then you find out the pet's like 5 states away. That happens. But to me, that happens because somebody got your pet, whether by accident or on purpose, whatever, and then the pet traveled. That wasn't like the pet went there. But it made me think of when you move and your pet follows you. Has anybody ever done that? Have you moved and your pet found you that was lost? Yeah. Have you done that, Cypher? I mean, that happened to me. That happened to me.
I
So
lost my pet.
you did? Did it come back?
Yeah, my gecko has been lost since New Year's, and he came back like 3 months later. He just popped out of nowhere.
Wow.
Out of nowhere.
See, now that's amazing to me because geckos don't.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
like,
they don't.
He popped out of nowhere. He's like perfect.
Do you live in like a rainy place? Because they don't usually do well just
No,
out there in the wild.
I live in New York.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, it must have been a good time of year then for that gecko to get out. I had a cat once that I bought a house just like 8 blocks from my other house. And this cat disappeared like a year beforehand. And then I moved to the other house and it was like a whole year and a half later. And this cat was real distinct markings. He's sitting in the driveway just with his tail flickering like this, like saying hi to me. But he didn't want to come back. He was like, I'm a street cat now. I'm free. So I came to say hi. It's just weird stuff with pets. I don't know. Just a weird day.
So
pet stories.
when we had gotten a kitten one time, brand new to us, brought it home, and like literally the next day it was gone. Like just could not find it. My mom was kind of freaking because she worked with the person she got it from. She's like, I'm gonna have to tell this person that I lost the cat already, and it was like days that went by before we finally heard it meowing. It had gotten underneath the couch and like crawled into the couch from underneath and just hid under there for days.
Oh, geez. Yeah. I can tell you stuff about hamsters loose in the trunk, but we don't need to talk about that. Anyway, Ace, before we move on to our wonderful guest today, tonight is your Metaverse show. Who do you have on tonight?
Yes. So tonight, let me make sure I tell you correctly. We have Garrett Sky tonight. So there's a lot of you that might not know that name, but I guarantee you've used something that he's created. That guy, he makes all kinds of assets and just freely gives them out to the community. He's not real big on just like creating his own worlds, but he builds stuff, especially games, for people to put in their world. So.
See,
really cool
and that's going to be something we also talk about here today. And there are people doing those kind of things, and that is amazing. And boy, those are some community-minded people that are really trying to expand Horizon Worlds, and that's great. So looking forward to that. That's at 10 p.m. Eastern tonight?
It is.
Okay, so if you're so inclined, come check that out with Ace and Warfeather tonight. That'll be a good show. So let's get into it. Today, listen, I feel good about this. And Miss Gen X, she's jealous. She's jelly. There she is. She's jelly. Because she and I both have been trying to get this guy to do an interview for a while. He's a little on the, I don't want to say shy, but I would say he's just, not big on bragging about himself. He's just not that kind of guy. And so he's like, yeah, I don't know about interviews. I don't know. Anyway, I kept bugging him. She kept bugging him. And somehow I was a lucky one who got him first. So
but you know what?
Go ahead.
As much as I love and respect you, Lolly D, you're the queen. I will let you have him first. But he's definitely going to be on my show. He's going to be on my show, too.
He'll be on your show, too. So welcome to the stage, Evil Smirk, everybody. Come on up, Evil! Yeah! Yay! How are you? I'm doing great. Yeah. I had so much fun with you running around with your worlds because your worlds, they're just, I don't know, they're just so much happening. I mean, it was exciting and fun. And he's just so nonchalant about it. He's like, yeah, this is my world that does that. This is my world that does that. And I'm like, what? This is awesome. I would have so much fun. So, before we get going too much, though, I was hoping you would tell us a little bit about your background, and then we'll jump into what you're doing here.
Okay, yeah. So, straight during high school, I was into graphic design, and my first game I started designing for was IMVU. It's a social like game on the computer that you literally have to just move around with your mouse and talk to people in there. Some people might know about it, and I was doing character designs there. And then after I got out of that, I'd found out about VR, and once I came into here, my first place on Oculus was PokerStars. And then shortly after that, I came over here in place, and I seen that this was like the first VR app I could create in here besides Rec Room, and I liked their usage of the creation tools here. So, and then I just started building and going off of that.
Right.
Yeah.
You did, but you and I went to your original worlds that you built, and they still exist, right? So maybe give them one of those intro worlds and talk about what your inspiration was and how you came about doing that one.
Yeah. So my first world was the Scooby Doo pixel art, and that was because I was a really big Minecraft player, and the only thing I did in Minecraft was pixel art. Well, that's all I did. So the first thing I did was come here and I built Scooby Doo pixel art, which was 3,000 squares block by block, and that was how my first world was born.
And I remember when people started doing that, making pictures out of pixel art, we'd walk in and go, wow, remember we were all so impressed. I mean, it's still impressive, but, we've got a lot of advancements since then. But yeah, you did a perfect picture of Scooby-Doo and Shaggy on the wall there. So yeah, and that was, what, about 21?
Yeah.
Like early 21 that you were doing that? Yeah. And then you said, hey, I'm ready to do some more stuff. So what was the next inspiration you had?
Yeah, the next thing was it was like around Halloween, so I did Halloween Hollows, and that was just based on making something more not scary, but like spooky-ish. But it was all based on a scavenger hunt, so you have to go around the whole world and find little things.
See how he's so matter of fact about it. He's just like, yeah, it's just like nothing. But it's not nothing. There's all these cool things going on in there. And I'm a big Halloween geek. So for me, that's a lot of fun. One of the things about you, Evil, there are sometimes when people come up and they'll say, you got to talk to my friend over here. He's somebody you want to put on your show. And that's 100% true. And please continue to do that because there's no way anybody in here knows who everybody is, right? But with you were one of those people that kept popping up on my radar because I would go into different worlds and I'd go, wow, who made that? Look at that. And one of the things I saw that you made was this pumpkin in a pumpkin contest. And all the rest of them were super great, but yours was just like you across the water. I saw it going, what? And the detail in the pumpkin, the carving in the face and stuff was so good. So it'd be like, oh, that's that evil smirk guy. That's that evil smirk guy. I see him all over the place. So yeah, I've been hunting you for a while. But yeah, you're very, very talented and it's just so much fun. So keep going. That was your next one, that Halloween one, and it is a blast. Go in there. There's all kinds of fun stuff to do in there. It works well and fun stuff. So keep going. Tell us about another one.
Well, Sugarland was the next one, and that was my first collaboration I ever did with any creator. And we started that, and it started out as just a joke. Like it was a blank world, and we was just throwing donuts and ice cream around. And then we was like, what if this was a world? And we built a whole world based on candy and desserts and everything. And then it became a safe haven for kids to go to. So we started like directing it, making it where all kids were welcome to be there, and let them. No rules. Kids could do whatever they wanted there, within the
which was a time when not a lot of people were creating spaces for kids, and so that was really welcome. Some people were like, "No, don't do that. It'll grow more of them." like as if that was going to be what happened. Like, oh, if you build a kid world, they're going to come, so don't. But they were here. The kids were here, and how great it is that you were one of those people who could see that was something that was needed, that outlet. So, and that is a nice world. It's very welcoming and very kid-like. I liked it very much. Did somebody say something? I heard someone say something. No? Okay. I want to talk about your raw world because I love that one. That's special to me. But I want to know what else you want to talk about before we get there because that's a more recent world.
I'm good to talk about it.
You're good to talk about it?
I'm not picky. I'm not picky.
Ace, jump right in. You know, I just fill every space, so please make sure you feel comfortable. Just go. I have something to say. Did you want to say something before we get into his Wrath of Ra?
You're talking, specifics on like the world and stuff. Like one of the things I'm always interested in is kind of people's process and like what inspires you, and then like how do you take that inspiration from a thought to actually going in and doing something? Do you just jump in world and start just moving things around, or where do you go with that?
I mean, my inspiration can come from a lot of things, whether it's something I see or something I think is really cool that I could possibly make happen, whether it's something from a movie or another game or something. But usually, like, if I don't know how to do it already, I seek help because there's so many helpful people in here. If you have questions, you can go and ask. But no, sometimes it's literally just that. You just get a script, you put it there, and you see what you can do. I've done that. I've learned so many things from just doing that, pulling out a script and just putting in random codes until something happened, and then learn from.
Do you tend to prefer the scripting side or the building side of things more?
A little bit of both. It both has its goods and bads when it comes to trying to learn how to do certain things.
Well, you have some incredible scripting skills that are amazing. If you have something, can you wait till we get to questions, or do you need to say it now?
No, I wanted to interrupt because I got to say something about as far as like him looking at something and then doing it and like inspiration. I just wanted to add to that. Smirk and I were world hopping one day, and we went to this like alien arcade out in outer space that Meta created, and I was looking at the soda machine, and you like drop it and it like ricochets and does this thing, and I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. I was like, I wonder if you could do that. And he's all, I bet I could. And like 2 hours later, he invites me to this world, and I was like, what? And then the fart simulator was born, and he's so incredibly good. I just had to add that. I was like, he's always impressing me.
Yeah, no kidding, right? Absolutely, you are correct. So when I really, really got excited about your builds, two things before we even get there. You took me into your art world where you kind of go to have that Zen moment. And I know people have a few of these where you can paint, but the way you laid yours out, it's like this big flower garden, right? And it's like your miniature and everything's a giant flower and grass. And you just effortlessly take your paintbrush and you can go in there with, I don't know how many people, 4 to 6 maybe.
4
people, I'm not sure. And then you can just paint the different things by tapping them and making it into this really colorful world. And like you and I were talking, it's a great place to be by yourself, if you want to just be alone and think, or it's a great place to like be talking to your friends and kind of be passively walking around creating something together. So I really like that. I told you that's going to be one of my new favorite places to go and hang out. So if you haven't checked that out, what is that one called, Evil? The painting world?
The coloring book.
The coloring book. So check out his world, the coloring book. So, make sure you follow him and you can see his worlds, and that way you can go check each one of them out yourself in your own good time. But let's go to the Wrath of Ra. Oh my gosh. Now let me tell you, Egyptian is my thing. I love Egyptian stuff, everything about it. I always wanted to go to Egypt, but that is not happening in my lifetime. But the way you did this, the way the artifacts, the Egyptian artifacts, the detail put into everything about it, the voice, the everything, the god, it was so good, so not too much, but plenty to enjoy. And then it sends you on this adventure that is something all levels can enjoy, right? You're not going to get killed every 3 seconds unless you're just really not paying. You can maneuver your way through there. But how did you, I know you did this with Miss Gen X and another builder. Tell me about how you, Purple Wren. And so tell me how you guys came to pick out that particular subject. That is so cool.
I think that's a better question for Purple Wren.
Okay.
That was her storyline and all that. I just brought it to life by doing different things, and pretty much it was like plug and play as I went. I was like, as I was going, I was like, it would be cool if this could do this, if this could do that, and I just kept adding and adding and adding. But it was a good,
It's very mysterious, and it's just a lot of fun, and it's one of those you can take kids in there. If you've got kids you want to show something to, or kids that are just happen to be there with you, you guys work together, and it works out just fine. It's able to cross the ages, so I really like that. Check that one out. If even if you don't like Egyptian themes, it's still a fun game for sure. Yeah, I love that one. Yeah. Ace, any comments about that one?
So as far as like the collaboration and stuff in here, do you like have a kind of a group of people that you typically work a lot with, or do you just kind of are people coming up and saying, "Hey, this is what I'm looking for. Is this something you could be a part of?" Or how do you typically get tuned in with other creators?
It just depends. Usually on big stuff, it takes a lot for me to get involved. But I'll come in on the little things in there and be like, "Oh, you need this? I got you. I got you." But usually, when it comes to big builds, I collaborate if I'm known people for an extended amount of time. But it just depends really on what it's about, what's going on. I'm always happy to help either way.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I like about you. You're one of those community guys. Like, after I was seeing your work everywhere, I was also talking to people who were telling me that, like, oh, Evil Smirk, he's awesome. He built that for me, or he's going to let me have this, or he came in and did that. I heard that from a lot of creators, which is really cool. So, one of them being Angry Girl, she sings your praises, as well as my little friend Miss Gen X over there. So, yeah, I think that makes you a really good asset to Horizon Worlds, because you're sharing what you learned, and that is just wonderful. So now let's talk about the world you just dropped yesterday. That's a big deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
tell them about that one.
Yes.
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 No, the community asset library. So, as free creators, like it's hard to get our stuff out there because you constantly have to like drop, drop, drop. And but by doing this system, it opens up, the ability for like, you to go into your world, pull out anything we upload to the system. So it's the same as Meta's asset library, where you got all the custom stuff they provide, but all this stuff that we're doing is built by the community, for completely free. And it's, cool stuff like, scripted material, art, whatever it may be, and just to increase like your world, help you build it, go from there.
So give an example for those of us that maybe aren't builders. That made perfect sense to you guys who build. Now say it to somebody in a way where I have a blank world. I don't know what the heck I'm doing, and boy, would I love to have some of the stuff you build in my world. So what would I do?
You would like, what would you do with the item
No,
itself?
how would I go about? I would go find your world, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then what do I do when I get in there?
uh
You have a system, right? I would go in and
yeah,
click some.
so
Okay.
so how the system would work is like once you have it in your, like, I would give you a copy of it, you would put it in your world, and then everything has directions on it. So once you pick up the tablet, it tells you exactly what to do and how to do it. So, and you would spawn it into your world, and then once it spawns in, you can go up into build mode and save it as an asset to your library.
So it's going
And
to throw up for me a group of assets, right?
yeah,
And are they like grouped together in your menu in different ways? Like I could say, show me all the bicycles you have, or something like that, or is it like pack A, pack B, and different things in it? How does what
it's
are the
pretty much
options?
like it's mixed. It's different packs, different things. And
Uh
to
huh.
branch back off to the beginning, Garrett Sky, I talked to him and I had Garrett he has his pack in there, so all the games he gives out for free, is included in that pack as well. And I like the system because as people come out with new stuff, I can update that. So the next time, like Garrett, for example, gives out something new, I could upload it into the system and then it'd be available to everybody that had the tablet system.
So not just you, but you collaborated with some other builders who were
Hmm.
willing to donate some
Yeah.
of the things they built
Hmm.
to the betterment of the community. So you collabed with them to collab with all of us, and it just keeps
Hmm.
spreading all of those things everywhere. That's awesome. Who are some of
Hmm.
the other people besides Garrett? It's you and Garrett. Is there anybody else in
Garrett,
there?
Dynamic Dragoness. I got Vidju stuff in there. Uh, who's all the others? There's a bunch of people. RJ the Creator has a couple things in there. Uh, there's just a full list. It'll tell you on the tablet. Like once you select a pack, it tells you creators. It gives you all the names. I'm all, I gave everybody the credit that they needed. It's also to some people, like as a creator, you like putting credits in your world, so you'll start knowing where some of the stuff came from.
Which is gorgeous.
Mhm.
So, people like me that are just a person that just like uses assets to build with, this is like amazing. It's like he has built so many great things that he's willing to share.
Mhm.
I can just go in there, pick out all asset stuff and create myself a little room that I can enjoy. So this is kudos to you guys for making it easier for us. But then even the season builders can take parts of what you do and they don't have to recreate the wheel, right? It's just sharing.
Mhm. Yeah, it's
Kinda
an
nice.
ongoing project for sure. It's going to keep
Mhm.
going. I've already started on tablet 2 now with other creators. Like any free creator that wants to be a part of it, they're more than welcome. And it's just ongoing
Beautiful.
thing that's going to keep going and never stop.
And that world is called what? Your
Community.
community assets, right?
Community
Yeah.
asset library.
Yeah, so see, that one's an easier one to remember. Just look on his name tag or under his creations, and that's the one, and go in there and check it out. That is great, Evil.
Mhm.
Anything else you want to share with us, and Ace, you too? Things you might want to add
Well,
on there?
I was just going to throw out that Evil, if you're looking for more created assets, there's definitely some that I've got that I'd love to throw in there.
That's
So, like,
awesome, Ace! Look at that!
I just this last week finished a foosball table that I didn't make for anything that I've got going on. It's basically just something I thought, oh, I haven't seen this really around, so I made it and decided, whoever wants one, I'll throw it out to you. So
There are so many wonderful creators in here who are willing to share. There really are, and it's just really great that you can find so much in one place, and that makes it wonderful. But don't discount just the people out there like Iggledy. I think he's in here. He's been so good. He's around here somewhere. He's been so good about sharing so many things with so many people. Or, he's kind of a more under the radar kind of guy, but he does. He goes in. I can fix that for you, and he does those kind of things. So kudos to all you builders out there who share, because you give people the most important thing you have, the thing that you can never take back, which is your time. When somebody gives you your time, there's just nothing
Yes.
more precious. So thank you guys for doing that. You are all really good at doing that. So we appreciate you. But I want to give this audience a chance to interact with you because I know they're anxious to. I know one girl who's anxious too, for sure. But I want to give them a chance to ask you some questions. So, Ace, unless you have something else. I know. Ace, do we have a trivia question today? Do you think we have one of those?
sure, I've actually got a couple.
Okay, is that okay if we take a break, Evil, and do that? Do a trivia question real quick before we move on? Okay, let's do it. Go for it, Ace.
So we'll throw this one out first, just for we'll do a T-shirt on there, a gift card code for this one. But and help me watch. First person to throw some confetti. Does anybody know when this version of the Soapstone was published? What month? So the only person I saw was Alma Jean. Gen X, do you know?
I'll take a stab at it just based on my memory. I want to say, was it October of last year?
Ooh, she's very, very close. Matter of fact, I almost thought so. This got brought up about a month ago, and that was actually my first thought until we went back and looked. Alma, did you know? It was September. I think you may be right. Yeah. So then my other question that I was just going to throw out, because everybody needs to know this. Can anybody tell me, if you want to find out more about what's going on at the Soapstone and make sure that you're involved in all of our events?
Wait, can you, before you say that, can I ask that our team members not participate in this question? Because y'all know the answer. So let's make this a non-Soapstone team member question.
Anybody know where you can go to get more information?
I know. To the Discord.
Discord. Do you know what it is?
You got to know what it is.
Do you know the link?
I'm looking around. I can't find it. I'm sorry. I don't know, but I know it's
not
on
in
the
here yet.
Discord.
It'll be in the next one.
I think Cypher had his hand up, but I don't know if he knows the answer. He doesn't know either.
I don't know the Discord.
So if you want to get involved and you want to see what our events are, get alerts for events, and be in the know, discord.gg/soapstone.
But I still think Miss Gen X deserves a gift scoop because she did get it right. She got it.
Yeah, I want a shirt. I want
So
a shirt.
Alma,
I'd love
Miss
a
Gen
shirt.
X, congratulations to both
Hey.
of you for your $25 gift certificate to the soap store. And for those of you who haven't seen
Yay.
our soap store, I believe it's under what in the Discord? What's
So
it
if
under?
you go to the Discord, there's a channel called Insider Tips, and there's all kinds of great information in there. One of them is our merch store, and you can click on that and get the link, take you directly to the merch store.
Yep. It's great. It's so many fun things now.
Yes.
So many great things. So go check that out.
I want to
okay.
say I am so excited because I have a Soapstone shirt in here, and I'm gonna have one in real life.
You're gonna have one in real life. Yes,
so
yes, yes.
excited.
It's
Thank
fun.
you guys. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
all right. Congrats, my dear. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and turn it over to y'all for any questions or comments. If you just want to gush over him, Miss Gen X, and I'm just saying, or if you have a question, please get right in line right over there behind Miss Gen X. Come on up, sweetie, or Sturm, whoever's first, doesn't matter.
Sturmy, you go first. I don't want to go first. You go first. I don't want to steal the show. Okay, all right. Sorry, guys. I promise I don't feel the need to always be the center of attention. It's all about
no, never, never.
But I just want to say, Smirk, you are truly a community leader here, and you are a shining example of what we should be doing here. In my opinion, I'm not saying anybody's, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. You're a good example. You are always willing to help someone in the community. You're always coming up with something cool and innovative, and you're not here for any malice reasons. You know, you're a guy that has a lot of integrity. You're very honest. And I think, Meta, if you're listening, monetize this guy. You more than deserve it. And I think that I know that with this asset library tablet that you're coming out, that you're distributing, it's going to help so many people. Like the new builders, there's people that get taken advantage of in here, and kids, because they don't know any better. But like what you're doing is going to help so many people and inspire there's so much, you guys, there's like 24 different screens or something like that. There's so much in there. So good job. You're awesome. We love you. Keep being awesome. That's all. Goodbye.
I wish you could have got excited though.
I know, right? Like no excitement at all. I know.
No, not.
Such a
We're gonna work on that. We're gonna work on that. Come on up, Sturm. Oh, we can't hear you,
Can't
Sturm.
hear you,
You
mate.
must be muted. Muted? Uh-oh.
Mutated.
You don't have your voice. Okay. Well, you go work on it. Or do you want me to ask your question? Because I know your question. Do you want me to ask it for you? Okay. Here's Sturm's question. I do know what Sturm is going to ask you. He would like to know what your biggest challenge and your biggest accomplishments are in the metaverse.
Jeez. I would just go back to scripting. Scripting was my biggest struggle when I first started, and I went to everything. I watched almost every tutorial, from Seeing Blue and VidU and Goss Roth. I'm still watching every content that comes out, and I still attend Code Blocks 101 just in case there may be new stuff I can learn. So I would say scripting's for both that, you know.
For both?
Yeah.
It's your biggest accomplishment. Your biggest makes perfect sense to me. Thank you, Evil. And thanks, Sturm, for your question, as always. Sturm came up with that question when we first started doing Good Morning Soapstone, and we used to tease him because he asked it every week. But I'm going to tell you what, when he doesn't ask it, somebody else does, because those are good questions. Come on up, Cypher.
Hello.
Hello.
Should a person starting out now focus on the tools available for building, or should I start sort of looking for what the people that have early access have and what those involve? So getting more into like tri-mesh and some of those other things. Should I be looking in that direction, or should I just focus on what's available to me right now? Thanks.
I would say it's depending on what your level is right now. Like if you're just now starting as a creator, I would say focus on the tools you got. But if you're an established creator, I would start focusing on learning, like, you know, what's to come.
Good answer.
Okay, thank you.
To kind of
Thanks.
extend on that too, if scripting is like something that you're looking into, definitely like kind of figuring out the code block system that we have now will go a long ways once they bring in other versions of scripting, because you'll have an understanding of how Horizon specifically works. So
Okay.
that'll give you a good base.
Yeah, probably not a surprise, but as somebody that's had experience with other kinds of programming, it's hard sometimes to look at, oh, these other people can do all these fun things, but I'm kind of over here, kind of in the box, and when is that stuff going to be available to someone that hasn't maybe done a lot yet? And so you think, oh, maybe I should wait, but maybe I shouldn't. So, just curious.
I would definitely jump into the code blocks because, like I said, you'll have an understanding of how Horizon is working with the code blocks, and I think you'll be surprised just how much you can accomplish with the code blocks themselves.
There is a lot there for sure. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Cypher. Hey, just real quick, I just want to say one thing. One of the things I always say about this place that makes it so wonderful is the people connection. And we have talked about families, being able to who live across state lines or different places that, this has been an amazing place to connect. And like Tam's Rose and it's the mother, this is a mother and daughter and they're a family, their sister is usually in here too. But for the first time in this room is my real life husband, my daughter, and my brother. And that is huge for me. My brother lives in another country, so to have him here is so special to me because we're so close, but he's been living in another country for 10 years. So let me tell you, it's a big moment for me when he came in. And my husband just retired, so he gets to come to my shows occasionally. So I'm very excited. My daughter, busy executive, and I don't know how the heck she's here today, but it's good to see you. So anyway, just wanted to bring that up because, wow, how great is it to be able to connect with friends and family from far away in here. And thank you, Horizon Worlds, for that. I'm so grateful. Anybody else? Come on, Miss Gen X. Did you want to say something else?
I'll just say one more thing. So, I'm not the greatest builder in the world, and I never knew a single thing about scripting. I was like, how do you put a sound on this thing and then attach this to a trigger? And like, Smirk is the one that taught me how to do like even the most simplest things, and he's so patient. I was like, I swear I'm not stupid. I know I'm not illiterate. Like, he was so patient. But listen, you guys, if anybody in here has never done any kind of scripting, because it is very, very intimidating. The first time you get it, I was like, oh my God, I just made this thing do something else. I was so proud of myself. And that first time you build, it's so awesome. So Smirk is he's got so much patience. And his name does not fit him because he is not evil at all.
Right.
He's one of the nicest guys. I will always vouch for this guy. He's one of the nicest guys. Sometimes it might be a little bit too nice, but that's just who he is.
Yeah.
But if any of you heard him, I'm coming for you. You hear me? This is my friend.
She means it too. She means it.
Yeah. But I just want to say again, thank you for all that you do and who you are and just being here and being a light in the community and being a good example. We need more evil Smirks in this place.
We definitely do.
I'm really done this time.
Thanks, Miss Gen X. But you know what? I'm seeing a trend towards this. We were suffering from the people, and we're all guilty of this. It's like I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. And then we start to realize it doesn't matter what we want. It only matters what we have to work with, right? So we have what we have. We deal with what we deal with, and we make the best of it. And so many people like Evil and you and Ace and several other fantastic builders in here have just said, okay, you know what? We've got kids. We've got we what do? Let's make it all work. And kudos to you guys because of your ingenious thoughts of doorways and new worlds and instances. Like the Soapstone's creating a junior show with a separate instance for them because there's so many of them now. We've expanded past Soapstone Junior, and we had on last week Copper Chosen, and she showed us all the great things. And you're a person that celebrates kids. I know many of you builders are working with kids to get their focus off trolling and put their energy into learning. And so many of them are rising to that occasion. So, you know what? This is a great place. And the more we embrace it all as one big family, I think the better. So thanks for what you do, Evil. We appreciate you so much. What we want to do is, first of all, does anyone else have any questions or comments? I don't want to leave anybody out. I want to make sure you get to say anything you want. What I'd like to do then, if we're ready, is have you take them, I'm assuming, to your asset world, but I could be wrong. You have so many choices. Which one would you like to invite people to go to?
Probably the asset world to show how it works and explain it further.
All right. Yeah, you know, this is your opportunity with the man himself right there in that world explaining to you how to get those assets. So I highly recommend you go. And Ace, anything else in closing?
Nope.
Nope.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being here with me. And don't forget to go to Ace's show tonight, where you'll probably hear even a little bit more about this world, since he's a collaborator there as well. That'll be great stuff. All right, everybody, thanks for being here. Appreciate y'all. And get ready to take off. Why don't we take a big picture? Will you clear this off of here, guys? And you guys all come up and let's take a picture of everybody up on the stage real quick. Ace and Evil, can you be on either side of me? That would be great. Where'd everybody go? Where'd they go? Oh, there they are.
Whoa.
Okay. Lost everybody. I lost everybody. Okay, everybody. Smiles, confetti, whatever you want to do. Be nice. Make sure you can see yourself so we can see you in the picture.
First I was afraid, I was petrified.
All right. Thank you guys so much for being here. We appreciate you all so much. Hope to see you next week. And make sure you go to Ace's show tonight. Thank you, Evil. Appreciate you. Hey, that's the second time I won 25 applause points in this show. So, hey, ooh, pretty fancy. Let's go. You should go check this out.
Is this door here or no?
He's going to open it. He's going to drop a portal.
We're going to have to drop a bunch of portals. I'll stand behind and drop
Cool. Which players can he get in there, though?
Because
and Miss Gen X, you might be somebody in that next instance that might be able to help people explain it, you know, if you don't mind. Yeah,
no, I'll be happy to.
Yeah, that would be great if you go into the next one and let them go.
Yeah, if you're in a
this
different
one.
instance, if anybody asks what the display model is, that's basically showing what the invisible manager looks like.
Okay, got it. Shrek, can I have you move up just a little bit, please, hon? I'm trying to... There we go.
There you go.
I just got a little bit too close for the...
Well, the world's set to 32 people, so we should be able to...